Hey there guys and gals, Anime Dude here, and following up Akane Banashi, we have a brand new manga and weekly shonen jump called EarthChild. When I first read the title, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but now that I've read the first chapter, I'm still not really sure what to expect. Like, at all. I personally liked the first chapter quite a bit, and what I liked most about it was how unique it was, at least for the first chapter of a shonen series. It was a romance-centric backstory of sorts that lasted over 5 years, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say it felt like I had just watched a movie or read a satisfying one-shot. Yet, at the same time, it wasn't a movie and it wasn't a one-shot, and the end wasn't actually the end, it was the beginning. But what is it the beginning of? Well, that's anybody's guess. I can't even state with complete certainty who the protagonist is yet or what the focal point of the narrative will be going forward. That alone is pretty bizarre and unusual for a new series. I would assume the baby EarthChild at the end is raised to be a superhero or something along those lines, but right now I want you to let me know where you think the series will go down in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think, because I mean I could sit here all day trying to predict stuff, but then the video itself would be obsolete by the time chapter 2 comes out. So instead of me making a bunch of predictions that would be shattered in a matter of days, let's take a quick look at what has happened so far, shall we? 17-year-old Reisuke Sawada is on his way home from the convenience store while having an internal monologue about how all people must be nurtured and shaped before they become who they are, acknowledging how no one is simply born great. Then, Truck-kun came out of nowhere in an attempt to isekai yet another unsuspecting civilian. But the isekai attempt fails as a mysterious woman with gorgeous eyes, I mean just look at those things, rescues him with what we later find out to be telekinesis obtained from her birth as an EarthChild. That's right, while no one is simply born great, there's a low chance that a child will be born with powers meant to protect the planet, or so we're told. The woman we later learn is named Kareri erases his memories of the event Men in Black style, but our boy had essentially already fallen in love at first sight, and each time he saw her, his memories came rushing back. Long story short, they fall in love over the next 5 years as his admiration pushes him to work harder and become a man worthy of her. At the same time, his consistent encouragement gradually lets her take some pride in what she does. After those 5 years, they decide to get married and have a child. Afterwards, a giant meteor is projected to be hurtling towards the Earth, with predictions indicating that it'll wipe out all living life should it make impact. Just slightly altering its path would be enough to avoid inevitable doom, but there was no technology capable of such a feat. Yet, they believed Kareri's telekinetic powers may be able to, and so they sent her into space in an attempt to slightly alter its course. Reisuke begs her not to go, yet she chooses to, saying that it's not to protect the Earth, but rather to protect him and their child, who fill her with pride and give her life meaning. Thus, she gives her life to save the world and to give her child a future. We're told earlier in the chapter that being an EarthChild isn't genetic and that their child will be a normal human. But after another internal monologue about how the way a person is raised and nurtured affects the choices they make, and how the woman he loved had made a choice that had saved them all, we see evidence to the contrary. That's right, we see their child using telekinesis on a rock, causing Reisuke to realize how important his role as a father truly is. To realize that the choices he makes when raising their little Mamoru could affect the entire planet's future. Thus, I'd assume that baby Mamoru is our protagonist, seeing as how he's an EarthChild like his mother was. Which, if true, would make the entire first chapter a prologue focusing on the backstory of the parents, how the mother literally saved the world, and how the father realized the importance of how the child is raised. But yet, I don't know, that still makes the future of this series impossible to predict as far as I'm concerned. We saw last week where Akane Banashi's first chapter was also a backstory of sorts that focused on Akane's father. But at least we saw Akane in the first chapter and got a bit of an idea as to what her goals and ambitions are. But for EarthChild, I have no idea. I don't even really know what the series is going to be about, never mind whether it'll be any good. If nothing else though, I did enjoy the first chapter. It was interesting, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. Thank you so much to Kara Alter, Margarita, Dashing, La Phenomenon, Soul Slayer, Gamer, Pizza Killer, Rubo, Wolflord, and everyone else over on Patreon for helping to make videos like this possible. If you want to have your name up at the end of videos like this right here, then a link to my Patreon, as well as all my other social media, will be included down in the description. Also, since I stream pretty consistently over at twitch.tv/theanimeDudeYT, huge thank you to everyone that's subscribed over there as well. Words alone cannot express how grateful I am. Thank you all so much for watching, and Anime Dude out.